Before I played Dungeon Quest, I played Bed Wars, but I already made a video on Bed Wars. You can actually see right here. But for the game that I actually played before Bed Wars was Dungeon Quest again. And the one before then is the one we're going today, which is Obby Creator. But instead of last time being alone, I brought 5 of my viewers today to play on my obbies that I made 5 years ago. This is going to be very cringy, but we're going to find out what creations that I created, are they still playable, and if they are good overall. So let's get straight in. For the first obby we have here, besides this huge UI change, which didn't exist back when I played, we're going to play my original map, even though it says number 2, because I started on number 2, was to the Welcome to Hell map, which has the most likes and thankfully has my tag of 1,600 player. So I'm going to load this up right here, which is kind of massive, and I'm going to have all my viewers here play it and see how far they can get. And this is probably my oldest obby, having a ton of different things, and even though I had to fix a few things before even starting this video. So all of you guys in the VC, go ahead, start going, and I'm going to be covering you guys over to Obby. Let's go. This obby has been my most liked obby with over 17,700 likes, which is absolutely crazy. And, well, I made this a really long time ago. It is really outdated. I have everything here as red, and as the players go over here, the obby is a little bit difficult, especially towards the end. Well, as long as no one goes on the white parts in this obby, they should be fine. Honestly, I'm just glad I made this creation. It really brings back memories. Now, the first person has reached the white part. But what happens if you touch the white part? Well, I'll show you. You go straight back into the beginning, meaning all the checkpoints that happened are pretty much irrelevant, when the white parts basically take you all the way back. And now imagine that, but like 20 of them in the final checkpoint of the entire obby. Yeah, that's where I kind of put the difficulty in my very first obby, and it kind of feels pretty weird. Now, with my favorite part of this obby being the finale, besides this little cringe text that I have right here, is basically this entire point onwards, and all the middle is one stage alone. That is basically the final stage, causing the entire finale of the obby, and it goes like this. First, you go with conveyors that you don't even know if they go forward or they go backwards. Then you need to go through some backwards conveyor belts, which some lava that can kill you there. But that's the easy part, because once you finish that, you go with a forward conveyor with the white parts, which can fully reset your progress with only one small slip up. Some more of these regular lava things, and once you get done with this, you have the checkerboard from one of the previous stages. But the difference is, it's filled with white spaces, which I just clicked one and went back into the beginning. It can be that bad. So what if I sent every single person right here playing my obby one time to the final stage? Now we have the players here and this little teleport tab. So if all the players just jump through these trusses and jump here, they are at the final stage. So we're just gonna watch them fail. See if they actually manage to succeed or come back and on this ridiculous amount of a stage. Good luck. Even though I offered this teleport, no one has managed to get it so far, and this is not even my hardest obby. Would you imagine how difficult it would be if I actually put the hardest obby of itself? Now that's going to be enough for this obby, and let's go ahead and actually look at the other obbies I have. The second part in this series is the Welcome to Heaven, which, believe it or not, is actually harder. But now here's how this one works. Now for this one, white parts are actually lava, and red parts are the parts you want to avoid at all costs. Now this obby does play a little bit different, but it does have a massive difference. And that difference is, it has a second floor. Back then, when Welcome to Hell was made, there was no second floor. there wasn't enough height for a second floor, but now there is. Now we're gonna see how far these players can make it, see if they can actually make it to the end, or what's the farthest they can do. Now, the furthest part players have reached is actually now 2 instances of red lava, which it's a teleport pad. And what does this teleport pad do? Well, it just sends you straight back to the beginning. And that is painful. Here's the farthest level everyone has reached, and here are fading parts. Basically, these parts will basically fade once you touch them. But if you go ahead and just land on the end of one of them, you basically lose. But to make it even trickier, you get a little bit of adjusted speed, making it feel awkward, making this obby more difficult or harder than it is, and there goes one of the players. After a while, unfortunately, only one person has managed to beat or basically go to one of the final stages on the first floor. No one has made it to the second floor, and it makes sense. These stages are really difficult. I just failed that first jump even though I'm immune to freaking everything. It's that difficult. And would you believe it that this isn't the hardest one of the entire series? There is one more after this. But before we do that, I'm going to give everyone a chance to go further into the obby. Now, I basically now just gave everyone an opportunity, and if you hit that little teleport pad, you will get teleported to the farthest stage everyone has made it through. For example, this is our first attempt from one of our users, and they seemed a little scared, but oh, first jump completed, that's a new record. See if they make it. Nope, they did not make it through the second jump. It is actually difficult, even though I just did the second one right there. It is actually pretty difficult to do overall. I'm going to update you guys if any player does make it though. After that disconnect, we're going to try one more obby, which is, to be honest, my favorite, which is a boss battles obby, one of my more older ones, but basically can range of all difficulties. Honestly, I think this is the best creation I have made yet. So anyone can actually try this. If you're actually interested, you can actually copy this ID and play the game yourself and try the boss battles. I'd like to see your results. But let's actually check this obby out. Now this obby is all about boss battles. It basically works on you having to go to the other side of this so-called little boss battle and little room to be able to defeat said boss to be able to win. Now this is the tutorial one, so it's really easy. I could literally just walk straight through this and take little to no damage at all and win. But it does get progressively more difficult since there is 10 different bosses. And I think they're all really cool. Now most people seem to have chosen boss 8. Now boss 8 is actually one of my favorite ones. This boss is actually a tomb room boss battle. Basically you have to pass all these obstacles or basically blocks, and once you get through it, you go ahead and hit this part and reach the next one, which unfortunate that you did die, but there is 2 layers of lava constantly going. My favorite part of the second room is you get to go through both of these cannons, and once you go ahead and do both of those cannons, you actually unbox or basically explode and show the boss itself, which I think is really nice. But you have to be careful because even the lava can reach here. And that's pretty much. You go ahead and hit here and you finish it. But there might be a little tricky part right there in the end that even I forgot about. Now that's all the recording for the obbies, but I still found a few funny moments that I want to show you guys. And, well, let me show you them. Enjoy. Okay, one more. Take the stupid conveyor. Just joke. I'm giving you 2 for free. You like it?
So, important question, where do you live and how can I get there?
Why do you need to know that?
Obviously.
No reason?
Nice friendly visit.
A friendly visit.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. That was my Obby Creator video. I hope you enjoyed, and you can also watch a video on your screen right now. Thanks for watching, make sure to subscribe, and waddle out, my friends.